Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. We got a fascinating earnings report from Robinhood. That's right, the hood. So let's check out Robinhood's third quarter 2023 financial results. And I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on this, in big parentheses, amazing company. Now, I have Robinhood. I use it for cloud investments. My real long term investments are in traditional reputable brokers like Vanguard, Fidelity, the Military Thrift Savings Plan, Charles Schwab, etc., etc., etc. But when I want to be a clown and I want to buy individual stocks or screw off with options, I would download Robinhood and use it for that and that purpose only. I would not use Robinhood for my IRA, even with the stupid 1% match. I would not use it for anything other than clownery, okay? Because a company like this is a clown company. It attracts massive clowns. Massive clowns love Robinhood. Why? Because you can trade for free and there used to be confetti and you can buy options and it's so easy, bro. Not the place you want to put your long-term savings, okay? That's just my personal opinion. So let's go ahead and see the amazing earnings of Robinhood. Third quarter results. Oh, I'm so excited. Total net revenues increased 29% year over year. That's pretty good, right? 29% revenue growth. Primarily due to higher net interest. That's interesting. How long is that going to last? And other revenues, partially offset by lower transaction-based revenues. Lower transaction-based net revenues. Now, what is Robinhood? Is Robinhood a bond fund where they just buy treasuries and whatever and collect interest? Or are they primarily a broker that makes money off transactions? I would say it's transactions part. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. So their primary revenue, their primary core business revenue has declined. It went down. How much did it go down? Transaction-based revenues decreased 11%. 11% decline in transactions. What does this mean? This means clowns are giving up on the stock market. Stocks go down a little bit. Everybody craps their pants. Oh my god! I lost my $2,000 that I saved from working at McDonald's for 5 years buying Tesla options, and then they basically quit. So that's what happened with transaction revenues. Robinhood is primarily used by clowns that trade crappy stocks. So their core business, their core revenues have shrank. Options remain the same, so no growth in options trading. Stock trading decreased 13%, and cryptocurrencies decreased a whopping 55%. So basically, this company makes a ton of money when crypto fake clownery is doing well. Okay. Net loss was 85 million, and that's with interest income, with Q3 EPS of 0.09 cents per share. Now, it's better than the prior quarter. Well, that's not the prior quarter. It's better than the prior quarter of negative 20 cents per share, mostly because of interest income. Okay, let's see. Monthly active users. This is a big one. Decreased 16% year over year. So this amazing growth company that's gonna disrupt the finance industry now has decreasing users. So the clowns have given up. The clowns have given up. Let's see what Vlad had to say. It's been nearly 10 years since we founded Robinhood, and we're just getting started. After the past year, we've put a lot more value products like Robinhood Gold. Oh, yeah, that's so valuable. Including a 4.9% annual yield on cash and a 3% match on IRA contributions. Never put your IRA in Robinhood. You will be tempted to trade your IRA. That's not the purpose of an IRA. I don't care if they give you a freaking match, okay? And then you got to pay for Robinhood Gold to get it, I believe. It's stupid. Don't do it, okay? Robinhood's industry's leading offerings fuel product adoption. Robinhood Retirement continues to grow ahead of IRA season with nearly 400,000 accounts. God help us. And assets over $1 billion less than 1 year after launch. So what is the average balance of an IRA inside of Robinhood? Let's see. $2,500. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not mocking you if you don't have a lot of money in Robinhood. But this is not surprising. This is the type of people that get attracted to Robinhood. Very low savings rates. Basically people that are just trying to make a quick buck. I love it. Okay, so the average balance of a Robinhood IRA is $2,500. That should be a lot higher, people. Keep contributing, okay? Now, here's the most clownish thing I've ever seen in my life. Robinhood purchased 55 million shares. They bought back shares. An unprofitable cash burning company bought back shares. Okay. Let's. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing like this. Okay. I need to be professional. So let's go ahead and look at the financials. So we look at Robinhood's balance sheet, right? So they got 22 million or 22 billion of current assets, 16 billion of current liabilities. Okay. A lot of the liabilities are just in assets that are holding on behalf of clients. You can see the literal offset right here. Okay, but they got plenty of cash. They got cash deposited. Looks segregated for whatever reason, and receivables are down a little bit. Overall, their balance sheet isn't the most unhealthy thing. Okay, but they at least have enough liquidity to pay their short-term bills. A lot of their bills are just liabilities that they owe to customers. When customers deposit money, it's a liability to Robinhood and it's an asset to the customer. So their balance sheet, at least their liquidity, isn't the worst thing in the world. Now, long-term debt. Do they have long-term debt? They have other non-current liabilities of 128 on long-term assets of probably a couple $100 million. Okay. Honestly, not the worst balance sheet. And I was looking at the wrong one. Crazy me. So, same thing for the current time. So this was as of December 31st. They even have their freaking stuff backwards. God, that's annoying. But even then, their balance sheet is overall not the worst thing in the world. Okay, you can even see here they have plenty of current assets, cash equivalents, receivables to pay their short-term debts. Let's go ahead and look at their shares. So, shares outstanding, additional paid-in capital is growing, obviously. We know they're issuing shares, but they're also buying back shares. Why are they doing that? Let's look at the income statement. So, transaction revenues are down. We can clearly see a drop from 208 to 185. Net interest revenues have more than doubled, or basically doubled. Okay, so rates are high and they're collecting higher interest. And oh my God, they had so much growth. That's so bullish and amazing. It's not. It's just because of high rates, which are not going to stay high forever. Okay, and then other revenues are up just 24%, but really it's an insignificant amount. Okay. Now, with all these revenues, they're spending $202 million in 3 months on technology and development. That's a huge expense. And then on top of that, they have general and admin of 230. They're spending pretty crazy amounts of money for revenues that are, well, at least their core revenues that are declining. It's not that good. Okay, they're spending a lot of money on operating expenses. And because of that, they're unprofitable. And the only shining star really is interest revenue growth. This is like insignificant down here. The only shining star is interest revenue. Okay, that's not going to last forever. You want to see transaction growth. This is what Robinhood's all about. Okay, it's not about treasuries and collecting interest on short-term rate hikes. Wow. Okay. Weighted average shares used to compute net income. So we can see shares have increased. Even with the buyback, shares have increased. Wonderful. This company's ass. Like, it's just so bad. Okay. Let's look at the statement of cash flows. So they burned almost $1 billion of cash. $1 billion of cash. And we can see a big decrease was payables to users. So what that tells me is people are probably taking their money out. Negative $1 billion almost of cash burned from operations. Wow, Robinhood. But what did they do to compensate for that? Well, they spent $608 million on buying back stock. What? This company is stupid. Okay? This is a clown company. Now, if there's a clown market, everybody gets free stimmy checks. Okay, Robinhood, it would be amazing again. Maybe, possibly, but I wouldn't buy the stock. But this thing is a clown. This is literally a clown stock. This is a stock that relies on clowns trading clown investments. Do you really want to invest in something like this? No, you don't. Okay, this is a piece of trash. I don't care if the stock goes up. It's Robinhood. All right, have a wonderful day. Cheers.